Sagittarius, welcome back to your weekly reading. I hope you've all had a great week. Let's get into it and see what energies are being called forward now. Ooh, we've got the King of Pentacles coming out first with the King of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, with the star underneath the deck here. Interesting that there's two male energies or masculine energies coming out first. These are two very powerful men. Very different energies between them. Here we are at the bottom of the deck still is the star. The King of Pentacles in this deck is always someone to me that wants to have their cake and eat it too. And I hate that I always get that from this card because I love the King of Pentacles and I just don't want it to be true. This is someone like a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Someone who is, I would say, wealthy, you know, maybe not like a billionaire, but certainly who has enough money to live very comfortably. They have an established home. There's a sacred element to their home and their land and that sort of thing. So they value the earth, the land around them. They value loyalty. They're very comfortable. They're very comfortable. But again, they're holding this cake with a big chunk out of it and their glass of wine as well. So when I look at this, you know, this King of Pentacles is kind of giving a sideways glance to this King of Wands here. King of Wands, of course, is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is someone who is typically well-traveled. This is somebody who knows what they want and how to get it. They're motivated. They drive towards it. Potentially, this is your energy here. I'm not really getting clarity around that just yet. I almost feel like there's a choice between two men, like are two men competing with each other. What's interesting, though, is this King of Pentacles is giving this sideways glance to the King of Wands, who actually has his back towards him. It's like he doesn't even know he's there or doesn't care. Okay, so passionate here, like, but more than passionate, it's just that Aries energy is just very driven for this King of Wands. With the Wheel of Fortune coming out, there's something happening with respect to luck, with respect to timing, with respect to just rolling the dice. I don't know if there was some sort of risk taken here. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles, so Ten of Cups, sorry, so related to a home, a family situation, full of love, full of dedication and commitment, and just, again, I'm getting, I think I've gotten the Ten of Cups almost exclusively today in each of the readings, just a lot of love, a lot of emotional abundance. It's just a beautiful thing. But with the Eight of Cups, someone walking away, and in this deck, the Eight of Cups is always to me someone who takes what they need, just takes enough, but leaves the rest behind. And there's even, you know, other ideas kind of smoking out one of these cups that is being left behind, but no matter, they're not interested in taking that. They're essentially taking just what they need and they're getting on with the journey. Next up, we've got the Four of Cups energy, Hangman on the bottom. This is an energy of coming out of worry, of distraction about something, being so focused on something that you don't see anything else around you. Potentially a new offer that's being brought in, you know, something that is being given to you. So coming out of that energy, okay? Tell us more about this Four of Cups, please. And as we get more cards out, I think this top row will become clear as to, you know, something happened with respect to love that someone is walking away from. I kind of feel like this is you walking away, honestly. But let's just see here. Four of Cups. Tell us more about the Four of Cups, please, Spirit. Let's define this a little bit better. I'm just going to move these cards up and over so that we've got enough room to tell this beautiful story, whatever it may be. Tell us more about this Four of Cups in reverse. What does our beautiful Sagittarius need to know about that? If you can't stand the shuffling, please just fast forward. I only take jumpers. On rare occasion, if I feel inclined, I'll take something that kind of half pops out, but it's my style. The Devil. Ooh. So temptation. There's something about this situation. Yeah, I'm getting like a love triangle sort of scenario here, because there's something about this situation where someone tried tempting you and your partner. It's come to the dark side sort of thing, right? And I feel like, it's almost like friends around you were like, don't take that sort of thing. Like, nope, don't. So I don't know if you told people about this or not. Ah, here you are. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. Here's your energy being represented. Sagittarius. Why is that dragon smoking? You don't look particularly happy. Like, it looks like, you're someone handed you something, is giving you something like a bouquet of flowers here, but you don't look really thrilled. You almost look a little sad. So, I don't know. Interesting. So, I didn't even notice that. We've got a pair. So, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So, I feel like you're probably in this relationship with this King of Wands, and perhaps the King of Pentacles tried to tempt you to the dark side there, okay? Maybe offered up more than they could actually give. Because there's just this sense of you're not happy where you are. It's kind of humdrum. I think potentially with your partner that you're currently with, you feel, or were with this Eight of Cups walking away, I feel like they don't pay you a lot of attention. Okay, you're not getting the attention that you're wanting from them. And so again, it's this marriage of obligation or convenience where, it's not that you don't want to be invested in it. I just feel like this person is a very busy person. If they are traveling a lot and stuff, they're not giving you a lot right now. Strength card on the bottom. Let's see if this comes out later. Just let me sit in the top energy for a bit here for a minute, Sagittarius. Again, fast forward if you don't want to listen to me think. King of Pentacles is a naughty boy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm just having a hard time trying to figure out if you walked away from a marriage or if you walked away from what this King of Pentacles was promising you. I kind of feel it's that. I kind of feel like this King of Pentacles was promising you something and couldn't deliver, and you walked away, right? He was a temptation. He was maybe knew all the right things to say or do and stuff, but had no intention really of taking that forward. With the Five of Swords energy, there really is a sense of things going terribly wrong. It's almost like one person has taken over and trying to manifest something and took control of everybody else's stuff sort of thing, and it left you in quite the predicament. Yeah, because I feel this is you that's left. Can you see her energy here where she's, covering her eyes and like, oh, this is disaster. Like, how could this be? I don't know if someone introduced you, someone from your friendship circle introduced you to this King of Pentacles, perhaps. Yeah, with the Page of Swords coming out next to that. I feel like this is something coming out, like someone's stirring up the pot here. And the truth comes out is what I'm hearing, okay? The truth comes out. I don't know if it's a younger person that let the cat out of the bag here, or, interesting. Let's get some more cards out, Sagittarius. This would be classified as probably my most perplexing reading today, and where this is a bit convoluted, this scenario. So please have patience as I sort through it, because this isn't there's a lot of players in here. And not exactly a ton of clarity. So Six of Pentacles coming out talks about equal give and take. I don't think this person provided you that. I think they promised you that. I just don't think that that's what happened. Yeah. I think, again, I'm just getting the energy of whatever they told you wasn't necessarily true. Like, they couldn't They talked the talk but couldn't walk that talk, is what I'm hearing. Ooh, the Empress energy, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Ooh, okay. I kind of get that there's a pregnancy coming out of this. Did we talk about that last week? That was a theme of last week that came up. I don't remember if it was you though, Sag. I feel like whatever entanglement ensued here, you might have gotten pregnant out of this. Because there's a Queen of Pentacles here and she looks none too impressed. I mean, she'd be paired up with the King of Pentacles up here, right? And there's a couple there and she does not look happy. She looks haggard. She looks tired. You know, not impressed. I think you got yourself involved in a situation here that left you out in the cold. With the Knight of Swords, yeah, again, this energy of this younger energy coming forward and communication happening. And again, it's kind of this crazed energy, right? Where it's just like, like it's not tempered or measured. It's a lot of chaos and conflict coming out of this. So communication coming from this. Yeah. And we got the Two of Pentacles coming out. I feel like this puts you in a position where you had to choose. You had to choose. Or someone else was in a position where they had to choose and it wasn't you. But again, I felt like this was your energy of walking away from something that you thought might have been established, that might have happened and wasn't meant to be, sort of thing. Okay. Judgment. Yeah, judgment coming from this situation. It's funny because the imagery on this card is quite cheery. You know, there's a tune being played. You know, everyone's kind of jumping forward. But from this situation, I keep hearing a judgment call had to be made. What was that card there? I just saw flip over. The Tower. Yeah. Oh boy. This is one of the few towers where, like, it really has all come tumbling down. Like, it's not that energy sometimes we see where, don't worry, it's just the top that blew off, sort of thing. Like, this can be repaired. This was significant. And again, it really leads me back to that pregnancy card. So perhaps, you know, this pregnancy occurred outside of your long-standing relationship, and the Tower has come down and judgment has been placed, and boom, sort of thing, and it's leading to choices needing to be made, right? I don't think the King of Wands has any idea what's going on. Like, he seems to me like he's so distracted by everything else, he's oblivious, and this is all going on behind the scenes. I think that the Queen of Pentacles might know, and she might have communicated with you already. I really get that feeling that there was communication coming from this Queen of Pentacles, and it wasn't kind, it was swift, and it was chaos. Like, again, chaos ensued, and it has led to a choice, judgment being placed, in the Tower coming down. That's how I feel. Okay. Tell us more about this situation, Spirit. What does Sag need to hear about this situation right now? Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Someone's being left out in the cold here, and I notice this child, like, walking with them. I mean, the good news is with this Five of Pentacles that they're coming out of the cold. Like, you can see in the church, they're working their way towards it. The lights are on. It's warm. There's hope. You know, there's transition with the number 5, you know. But it's certainly left you in quite a predicament here. And I believe it's this King of Pentacles that left you out in the cold when they found this out. If this is not a baby, let's see. What could it be if it's not a baby? Aha. If it's not a baby, that might be just for a few of you that it was. This could be that they promised to marry you, to make you the Empress, to start a family with you. That actually feels more intuitively like it fits. They, you know, this false promise of equal give and take, you know, you'll be my empress sort of thing. Yeah, little offers. And this queen found out about this, and it's ended it. And here you are in the Nine of Pentacles energy now. There's, you know, I think hope on the other side of this. Like, it could have also destroyed your relationship with this person too, potentially. But the Knight of Pentacles really speaks about independence and doing it on your own and living a very good life, like being able to accomplish all of that, but it's no easy task. Like that takes time. Seeing lots of pentacles in here, wands and swords, but like the only cups so far are the 10 of cups, which I feel was like a false promise, or something that you used to have with the King of Wands, and 8 of cups walking away. So not a lot of love in this reading, or not a lot about emotions. It's more thoughts, and structure stability here. Let's see. Spirit, what else could you tell us about this situation for Sagittarius, please? The 6 of Cups. Did you know this person from the past? Is this someone that you knew from before? They might be older than you. This would have been like a friendship connection though. This wouldn't have been like a past relationship with someone that like you were intimately involved with. This would be someone from the past and more of in a friendship capacity, or you met them through work or through a business or something like that. And you were kind of smitten with them. Spirit, tell us more. What else does Sag need to know here? Our lovely Sages, what do they need to know? It's getting kind of quiet now. The Star, that came out on the bottom of the deck twice now. Yeah, I feel now that it's time to heal. I'm just hearing everything happens for a reason. Maybe this connection wasn't a strong one, like a stable one, and maybe it had to come crumbling down. It was over. And this was just one of the ways to get to that point, right? But this is really, you know, divine energy, and I can't help but notice that, you know, this energy that's coming out of her hands is pointing up towards the Tower and down towards the 6 of Cups. So again, it just tells me that this was destined to happen. This needed to happen. This was bound to happen regardless. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Spirit, what else do we need to know here? The Lovers. Yeah, a choice was made. It's funny because as I was shuffling, I thought to myself, you know, on my channel, there is no judgment, okay? We all make choices, and sometimes those choices are good choices, and sometimes they're not so good. It's what we learn from those things that takes us forward. And although none of us ever want to be put in a position where we're deceived or the one doing the deceiving, we are all human after all, okay? And this really does speak to, again, the divine stepping in and saying, like, choices were made, right? And that's just the way it is. It really is just matter of fact. I think you did feel a connection to this person legitimately. And again, I'm drawn to the 6 of Cups from this past energy where you two might have been really good friends and you had that strong connection, and, you know, you were meant to cross paths again, and this tower was meant to blow up whatever was happening, right? I don't know that makes you feel any better about the situation right now, but that's what's coming from Spirit. And I always ask for the highest and the best messages, right? So out of this situation, it's saying, you know, it might be time to start healing and start looking at it from that perspective, because you are coming in from out of the cold. I can see that here in that 9 of Pentacles energy, okay? Spirit, what else would you like our beautiful Sag to know today? What else? Calling me to go to the Oracle. Yeah, 2 of Wands. So moving forward, looking out into the future now. Again, you've got the world in your hands. It's not huge right now, but It's enough. It's enough to get you looking forward again, which is what you need to be doing, okay? Oh, that one wanted to come out. Been getting a lot of the same cards from this oracle deck during the readings today, so I shuffled the living life out of them yet again. So sometimes it's just that the readings are all somewhat connected in some way, shape, or form. There's, you know, the energy, especially when like people subscribe to the channel, it's that collective energy that comes together and really comes through in the readings, right? So let's just see, what other messages does Spirit have for you, Sagittarius? Exchanging gifts. Interesting. With who, though? I'm getting like intuitively that this has more to do with the fact that you two, again, that this was destined, this was meant to happen. The two of you were meant to cross paths again, to blow whatever needed to be blown up, I guess, like that comes out of it. And this is actually a blessing in disguise, or a gift that maybe you haven't quite seen yet. It might take some time to see that. There's a call for flexibility. Yes, I think that's in your thinking. It's calling you to be flexible in how you perceive this and how you look at it. So there's, you know, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it as an absolute disaster and live in regret, remorse, anger, whatever the emotion is that you're feeling from this, or you can flex your thoughts a little bit and be like, okay, so this happened, it's done, there's nothing I can do about it now. What do I take from this? What did I learn from this? Yeah, and the truth to be told, you know. And so I think, you know, the truth was let out in the end with respect to love. And again, I don't know if this person was meant to come into your life to really bring to light the truth about your relationship with this King of Wands, you know. Who I don't get was paying you a whole lot of attention, you know. I don't think they were paying anyone else attention, and I don't feel that, but I think work was probably important, and they're just that drive, right? Time for a nap. Yeah. Okay, it might be time for you to take some of that time out to heal. Tell me more about this time for a nap card, please. Yeah, truth be told, exchanging gifts, time for a nap has been coming out in today's reading, so go the distance. Yeah, so I think you need a bit of a break right now. So there's something that you need to do, that you need to go for, that you need to run towards, you know, to move towards. But right now, Spirit's just calling on you to maybe have a little bit of a rest, because it's going to take a lot of energy to do that, okay, to cross the finish line, whatever that finish line looks like for you, whatever goal you've set out for yourself, whatever journey you feel you're on, whatever stage you're at. You know, Spirit wants you to go the distance and finish that race. However, maybe take a nap first, sort of thing. Take some time out to heal, to rejuvenate, kind of like that Four of Swords energy, right? Yeah. Building blocks, exactly, because you have to rebuild your life, right? And that Nine of Pentacles energy had come out before to share that idea of rebuilding your life and being on your own. Like, this is a number 28 card, so that breaks down to a 10, okay, into a 1. So the 10 is the ending of something, and then 1, new beginnings, okay, and all that glitters. Yeah, there's something, again, this was divinely guided. Sorry, I stick that finger up. This is divinely guided, right? There's something about masks being worn in this relationship, but this connection blew up. And again, it's for the best. Like, it sucks. It's awful that it happened. Serendipity at the bottom. Again, this was fated. This was fated. If we get the fated card, that's like a triple reinforcement, right? These masks had to come off, is what I'm hearing. Listen, neither one of you are happy. I look at this card. He's not happy. She's not happy. He's not happy, but he's kind of an external energy to all of this, right? Pardon me. What else does Sagittarius need to know, Spirit? What other messages for Sagittarius before we end the reading today? We're not quite ready yet. I feel like there's still some more cards to come out. Not too much more. Yeah, there's some mending going on here. Interesting, these cards have also come out today. Um, there's there has to be some mending around trust here. So whatever's going on, I feel like trust was broken, and there has to be some mending around that. Okay, and this breaks down to 7 and 8. Okay, um, 8 of Cups there. So I don't know if this is between you and the King of Wands. You know, that trust has to be restored. If you did have a family unit together, then certainly there's some work to do there. Or if this is something that you're working on within yourself, you know, with love connections and rebuilding trust and, you know, childhood wounds that may have led you down this path. Sometimes we have to be led astray so that something can come to light, like a childhood wound or that sort of thing, that we're engaging in. These things are distracting us from life, and work on that and heal those things. Yeah, think around the bottom there. Yeah. Any other messages, Spirit? Woo! There's a whole bunch coming out. Okay. So serendipity between two worlds. Yeah, this is so interesting. All of these cards have been coming out today. Soulmates and Imagine. Honestly, I shuffle these decks like seriously a ton. Yeah, I feel like the between two worlds kind of goes back to this, you know, time for not go the distance building block sort of thing. I think you're between those two worlds. There's still a bit cloudy here. There's still some energy that's been lost that needs to be regained. So I think you're in between there, and that rest is certainly well advised. Yeah, especially, you know, chop wood. There will be a time to chop wood, absolutely. But again, take the time to rest first, and you'll know when it's time to step into the new world and to start, you know, getting to work. Chopping wood, like get to it sort of thing is what I'm hearing. Again, this really does speak to this was supposed to happen, this was meant to happen, this was divinely guided. Soulmates and Imagine. I think this is going to get you closer to your soulmate, and that you need to spend some time imagining what that looks like for you. And I talked about some childhood mending back here potentially around trust and relationships and stuff like that. So again, this whole entire situation has led you to a place where you know, you're potentially going to find your soulmate one day, right? Someone that holds the key to your heart. And imagine, you know, how that feels, how that's going to look like, you know, as you kind of work through that. So, you know, it's just a case of things going wrong, but in the end, if we choose to look at it a different way when we're ready, because, you know, it's not to deny that it was incredibly difficult and that there's not hurt and loss and, you know, all those feelings involved, right? It's not to sugarcoat it, but it's just to say when the time is right and it's time to move on and get going, you know, start chopping that wood, you know, there's a different way of looking at things, and let's make the best of that situation, right? Spirit, any other messages for our lovely Sages before we sign off today? Orphaned. Yeah, I think someone's been left out in the cold. If not you, somebody else in this connection, or possibly a lot of people in this connection. Okay, but again, 5 is that number of transformation and change. I think you're still feeling a bit wounded by the whole experience, quite honestly, right now. Yeah, I think you are, and it's gonna take some time to get out of that. It's a process. It's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing's linear. There could be days where you start to feel better, and then days where you feel absolutely awful, like the world's coming to an end sort of thing. That's normal. That's grief when we lose something or multiple things, right? It's a very normal emotion. I think our society focuses too much about put a smile on your face and focus on the bright side of things. And if you want to manifest something, it's got to be, you know, these positive thoughts, and that's such bullshit. Like, sorry, my first swear of the day, but I'm very passionate about that, you know, like, no, that's not what it's about at all. It's not. The observer. Yeah. I'm just getting like to observe these thoughts. Observe yourself. So try to stand back and see things from the outside looking in. Okay. So be introspective, spend time thinking about these things, spend time thinking about your life and your values, and, the past, right? Maybe get a counselor to help you with that, or a trusted friend if if you can't afford counseling or you can't access it. I have a really big American audience, so I know that healthcare isn't as accessible as it is here in Canada and other parts of the world as well. So it's not always feasible, right? Yeah, justice, clean it up, the bottom. So you will balance, like with justice in this oracle deck, I always get the sense that you're going to balance things out. It's just going to take some time, okay? Things will come back into balance, but it will take time. Any last messages, Spirit? What's this one here? Coming to the edge. There's risk in this, though. There's risk in this. Work isn't always easy, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, right? But it will bring you into balance by exploring this. Past hurts or childhood wounds or that sort of thing. If you go to the edge and you are brave enough to explore those things, and not to say that people that don't run towards it aren't brave, but it does take an element of emotional strength to be able to work through those old wounds, and always best done with a supportive person by your side. Yeah, milk and honey. By doing this, by coming to the edge, by working through all of this, learning from what you've experienced, it brings you to this milk and honey situation, right? Where life can be good again, where you can find your happiness, right? Imagine soulmates up there. And not that the goal should be to attract someone who's a soulmate. First and foremost, it has to be about healing yourself. But the goody part at the end, right, is once you've healed, then you are able to attract that soulmate energy. And you are able to have all that you've ever imagined or dreamed of, sort of thing, right? But you've got to put in that hard work. It doesn't come easily. Sometimes a little bits of it does here and there, but, it's not easy work. And there's so much stuff on the internet now about trauma, Instagram, YouTube, like all of these platforms, right? So much about trauma, and childhood hurts and things like that, a lot of resources that we never used to have, right? Round and round. Yeah, it's time to stop this pattern of round and round. It's time to break these past patterns, okay? So really this is ending in you focusing in on yourself. I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius, because I think, we've gotten to the culmination of what Spirit's wanting to convey to you. This started out something where it was quite dynamic and there was a lot of moving parts here between, several people. You've walked away from something, something is blown up, the towers come down, but through this, if you choose to take the opportunity to do some healing and reflection and resting and really seeing this opportunity ultimately as a building blocks towards a lesson, right? Then you're going to be able to take that forward into your life, and see what comes, right? Sagittarius, thank you so much for watching today. Sorry it ran a little bit long. All of them have been doing that this week. I don't know, maybe some people like that. I should stop apologizing for it. It is what it is, right? Perhaps people like it when it goes a little bit longer. But in any event, if you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, please be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, so that we can grow this amazing community even bigger than it already is. I know like over 200 people isn't a big deal when some people have like hundreds of thousands, but it's a big deal to me. In any event, let's share the love and spread it around, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, Sagittarius. Take care.